What if I told you there is someone who knows every mistake you've hidden, every prayer you never finished, every tear you cried when nobody was watching, and every fear you've never told another person? Would that make you run? Or would it bring you peace? Because here's the unbelievable truth. God already knows all of it. Yet, He has never stopped loving you. Today, we're opening one of the most personal chapters in the entire Bible, Psalm 139. And before this video ends, you may discover that God has been closer than you ever imagined. Most people want to hide. We hide our pain, our failures, our regrets, even from God. But David begins Psalm 139 with words that almost sound impossible. O Lord, you have searched me, and you know me. Think about that. God doesn't know the version of you post online. He knows the real you. The person behind the smile, the battles no one else sees, the nights you almost gave up. And somehow, David isn't afraid. He's comforted. Why? Because God's knowledge isn't meant to condemn you. It's meant to remind you that you've never been invisible. David asks a question that almost sounds impossible. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? Stop and think about that. This isn't the question of someone trying to find God. It's the question of someone realizing there is nowhere God cannot find him. If I climb to the highest heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the deepest valley, you are there. If I ride the morning sunrise to the furthest place on earth, your hand is already waiting for me. What is David really saying? Not that God is simply everywhere. He's saying God never stops pursuing his children. Have you ever felt that you've gone too far? Too many mistakes, too many failures, too many prayers left unanswered. Maybe you've even wondered, would God still want someone like me? Psalm 139 gives a breathtaking answer. You don't have to search for a God who has never stopped searching for you. Think about Adam after the first sin. He hid. But God came walking through the garden, asking, "Where are you?" Not because God didn't know his location, but because God wanted Adam to know he was still being called. Maybe today, God is asking that same question, not to shame you, not to condemn you, but to bring you home. Then David says something that has comforted believers for thousands of years. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. There are nights when nobody knows how much you're hurting. You smile while your heart is breaking. You pray, but heaven feels silent. People may never see what you're carrying, but God does. Every hidden tear, every silent battle, every anxious thought, nothing escapes his eyes. Because darkness is only dark to us. To God, it's as bright as the morning sun. And that's why your darkest chapter can never hide you from his love. But David isn't finished. He now reveals the most personal truth in the entire psalm. It's a truth that could completely change the way you see yourself. Because before anyone knew your name, before your parents ever held you, before you took your very first breath, God was already thinking about you. What David says next is so powerful that if you truly believe it, you may never see your life the same way again. Because according to Psalm 139, you were never an accident. Then David writes, one of the most beautiful truths in the entire Bible. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Did you hear those words? You knit me together. David doesn't say, I happened by chance. He doesn't say, I was a mistake. He says, God personally formed me. Imagine an artist carefully painting every tiny detail, or a master craftsman building something with patience, purpose, and love. That's the picture David gives us. Before anyone knew your name, God already did. Before your first heartbeat, God was already writing your story. Before the world had expectations for you, God already had a purpose for you. Maybe someone watching today has spent years believing, I'm not enough. I don't matter. Nobody would notice if I disappeared. But Psalm 139 destroys those lies. Your value doesn't come from people's opinions. It comes from the hands that created you. David continues, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Notice he doesn't praise himself. He praises the Creator. Because when you understand who made you, you stop comparing yourself to everyone else. The world says, be someone else. God says, I created you on purpose. Then David says something that still amazes me. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Think about that. God wasn't surprised by your failures. He wasn't shocked by your struggles. He already knew every valley, every victory, every tear, every prayer. And still, He chose to love you. That's the grace of God. Not loving the perfect version of you, but loving the real you completely. Finally, David ends with these incredible words. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. Can you imagine that? Right now, while you're watching this, God's thoughts toward you are not thoughts of rejection, not thoughts of shame, but thoughts of love, mercy, hope, and purpose. If you've ever wondered, does God really see me? Psalm 139 answers yes. If you've ever asked, does my life matter? God answers yes. If you've ever believed, I'm too broken for God to use, the cross answers no. Because Jesus didn't go to the cross for people who had everything together. He came for people like us, broken, searching, needing hope. And that's why Psalm 139 isn't just about God knowing you. It's about God loving you so completely that nothing can separate you from His heart. So today, stop running, stop hiding, stop believing the lies that you've told yourself for years. Instead, rest in this truth. The God who created you still walks with you, still loves you, and still has a purpose for your life. If today's message reminded you that God has never stopped loving you, write in the comments, God knows me and He loves me. Your words may encourage someone who feels forgotten today. And if you want more Bible messages that strengthen your faith and bring you closer to Jesus, subscribe to Grace Everyday US and turn on the notification bell. Every week, we open God's Word together to discover hope, peace, and God's promises for everyday life. Remember, you are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are deeply known and deeply loved by God. God bless you.